Zaggville, the sun indeed did come up. Now it's set again tonight, but a chance for another victory. Number 10 Gonzaga breaks 7-2 on the season. They welcome in Mississippi Valley State. They are 0-9 out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. A chance tonight to re-rev the end.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold you to that.
All right. It might be worth sticking around for, honestly. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're underway. Greg Heister, Richard Fox, Dan Dickow over in Portland working for the Trailblazers tonight on their studio show. His loss for not being here. This is Brown into the corner. Dusty Stromer right there. The Delta Devils working around. 5 on the shot clock. Ball has not gotten inside the three-point line until now. Shot for 3 is off from Raekwon Brown. What do you want to see from Gonzaga here in the first few possessions?
I mean, first, their approach. You know, you talked about turning the page, moving on. Obviously, a tough loss on Saturday. What's the approach here tonight? Is it professional? Are you dialed in, or is it going to be a struggle?
Finish a game. I'm sure there was one at some point in time. I don't remember one. The way they couldn't finish on Saturday.
Well, look, you're going to lose this. EK gets the nice feed from Stromer, gets fouled. It's going to first time playing that kind of environment together. They're going to improve and get better from that experience.
And I think that's part of the downside of getting off to this great start in the game with Purdue. Then they beat Syracuse, UCLA. They beat USC. Everybody just assumes this team will roll through these teams. They still got to play their best.
Yeah, look, especially I mean, the Huskies. You know, they believe that they're going to have a good year, and that's a team with a lot of talent. If they could ever put it together, that's a tough out.
Anton Watson with a jump hook. Maybe I'm just getting old or whatever it is, but as these seasons drip on, and these players, a guy like Anton Watson, I appreciate him more and more every possession of every game he plays. He's a legit.
He has the ball in his hands so much, and he's so good with it when he makes the simple decision. They really need him to be consistent.
And he's got the steal here, the run out, the lay. The thing about
the home run play is going to be there, but you don't have to make that every time you have the ball.
Shot was off from Reginald Reynolds. Hickman transition 3. EK. Nembhard. Watson. The lob goes.
Yeah,
Hickman defending, Nembhard to help. 4 on the shot clock. Stromer denied the post. 11-2, Gonzaga looking for more. Stromer, transition 3. Bingo! Zag's first make from downtown. Yeah, like a cold toilet seat. Yeah, Ben Gregg, I'm just kidding. I love you, Dan. Junsuk Yo and Ben Gregg on the floor for Gonzaga.
And I thought both had really good moments on Saturday.
And the drive, nice finish there from Ben Gregg by George Ivory, and I believe that's turnover number 1 on Gonzaga. It is. There's Ivory. Nembhard trying to poke the ball away, trying to run it down. Ivory got it back. This is just a 2, and he banks it in. George Ivory, and it's 14-6.
Still counts.
Absolutely. Here's EK. Catch. Left hand.
I love that move. When Graham's at his best when he goes quickly. That's a great move for him.
There's Ivory. Nembhard up under the basketball. 6 on the shot clock. To the post. Raekwon Brown fouled by Ryan Nembhard.
Fouls. 4 games for Graham with 4 personal fouls.
A guy who used to play the post with your back to the basket a lot.
In either a left-handed jump hook, if you're right-handed, or a little jump shot. You don't need a lot. It's more about, can you get position? Are you decisive with your move? And defenses are gonna scout your primary move. You've got to have that counter. It's a lot like a perimeter player who's right-hand dominant. You've got to be able to still go left to some degree in order to try to keep the defense balanced.
Raekwon Brown, and jump shot goes. 16-9. Where were you? Were you above average with the number of moves?
Oh, I mean, it was countless.
Countless. Huff will shoot free throws.
All the greats, think about it. Huff, Holmgren. I mean,
Game, you said, I want Fox's number.
he had to ask for it. And I, of course, said yes. Yes. The bench, you just want to see maybe him have more of an impact with his size and physicality, particularly defensively and on the glass.
And how long, Richard, you played in the Big 12 to begin your career at Colorado. That jump shot at the horn falls off the rim. Offensive rebound by Raekwon.
All the of it didn't take very long. I was blessed being you're presumably dominating at that level. You come into the Division I level, at a high major level. The game's just faster. You've got to make better decisions with the ball. And I think that's, Huff's clearly, he does that consistently. Which is why you love his potential. It's just you just want to see a little more production against some of these Power 5 teams they're playing, because they really need what he does on the offensive end.
He's got the ball now. Jump ball from the post is good. How about mentally? How long?
And so many players now today want to avoid that contact. I think great post players. I mean, look at Watson, what he does now. Ike, they search out the contact.
Watson was stripped with the ball, came right to Hickman. Stromer running the lane, went for the two-handed flush, and will shoot free throws. He was done, but then struggles against one of the. He's going to get there. That's the magic sauce, right?
Yeah, but the difference is when you're playing against some of these lower level teams, your confidence is there. You just already know I've got a size advantage, a skill level advantage. I'm going to have a good night. You play against some of these Power 5 teams, and you're looking across, and you're seeing a 7-footer, a guy who's 6'11", who's got his elbow at the rim, and that confidence maybe starts to dissipate a little bit. The great players are arrogant. That's a nice play from Huff.
Well, you must have been really arrogant.
And here's the block from Huff. Holds his ground. He's definitely Gonzaga's best shot blocker up front. And that irrational confidence doesn't necessarily equate to I shoot the ball. It can be whatever your skill set is, whatever your role is. You can rebound when I had an opportunity. Be confident I was going to make players. We've seen that before.
Mid-range jump shot off from Walter Hamilton. Stromer may have gotten a hand on the putback. Here's Krajinovic. He's got Stromer with him. Luka to the rim. Missed it. And Huff, running the floor, will shoot free throws. Mariano Rivera.
You can take that and use that for your own.
The biggest ones always get away. Quick outlet, Krajinovic. And the Devils doing a good job to get back defensively to slow down the break. Watson will work it around. Hickman now, Stromer. Huff. Hickman at the free throw line. Step back jumper, good. Easy, simple play.
Get the ball inside
to scored. Watson clearing the miss. Anton with his second rebound. Zags had 5 players in double digits on Saturday. Huff. The flush. Another assist. That's what's so crazy about that game on Saturday, that they just didn't finish. I don't think they played particularly well the whole game. Like, they put up 48 points at halftime, which is great, but I don't think their defense was great in the first half. They just didn't finish, Richard. They did a lot of good things.
And just got away from who they are and who they were most of that game.
Oh, Anton Watson staying with it. Skill at both ends.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Ben's year. And my favorite lineup for this Zag team is when they go 3 big, as Stromer gets cut back door there watching the ball.
Well, especially at home, too, right? It gets the crowd in the game. I think it'll be big on Saturday over in Seattle. We have to assume that's going to be loaded with Zag fans in that matchup with the University of Connecticut. Ben's going to have to play a big game, big role.
Well, he's got the experience. It's just difficult to replace that. I mean, we've talked about Huff and how talented he is. But Greg in those games is going to be able to give you some production. I almost think he's better in those games than he is in these types of games.
The emotional temperature of the game.
Yeah. 7 points, 5 rebounds. Only has 3 turnovers
at the other end. Down 30-14. Stromer the defense. Brown with the ball. Back to Washington. Krajinovic stepped in front of that pass, and Luka fouled by anything but a 3, like to work his way out. Like, if there's no time for practice. Like the game's come. Ding.
Awkward as possible.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm enjoying myself with you tonight. Loose ball picked up. Chance for the Devils. Corner three from Washington. Danny Washington from downtown. It's crazy. There's some energy.
Yeah, I love that.
From Junio. I think he's going to earn more minutes. If he comes in and can do that.
I just love the way he plays. See him knock down a three. Finally, who Gonzaga plays this year? Junio can play in that game physically.
Yes.
And he can guard in that game.
Like he is right now in the corner.
That's a great place to start with the player.
But see, this is what I'm talking about.
Confidence. You know, and he's got to get better. You know, he's finally made a three-point shot. Has really struggled. It's hard to play a guy who teams don't think can make perimeter jump shots. You know, he doesn't have to shoot a great percentage. If he can make 30 to 32%, that's enough. Teams have to account for you.
There's Anton. Lob Huff.
That's a guy who's played over 4 years that shot.
Nemhard's three. Anton on the glass, had it poked away. Uma came out of there with it. Chidi with the basketball now. There's Junio trying to poke it away. Nemhard chasing the ball in the corner. Huff in the air and picks up the purse. They're competing tonight is my point. Rico Gibson. Anton going to work. 8 on the shot clock. Yo's jump shot won't go. Nemhard with the rebound. And then he's fouled hard by Nemhard to work. 15 on the shot clock. Shot was short from Reynolds, but another chance. This is Brown. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Gave up his dribble. Now Reynolds. And now Brown. Defense is there for the Zags. Nemhard came in and took it away. And now Nemhard on the move. Lightning. Puff! Went for the flush. Missed it. And the rebound by Uma. Chidi now in transition right at Watson. Missed his shot. And that's how the first half ends. Gonzaga up by 20, 38-8.
Well, let's see what the energy level here is for GU coming out of halftime. Well, certainly a lot to like there in the first half, but a lot left to be desired.
Hickman's three. Bingo. Nolan Hickman with his first make. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Nolan shot him well in that first half the other night against the Huskies.
Yeah, I think Nolan's been good all year. He's double digits in every game. You know, his shots improved in the last 5 games. He's shooting 48% from 3, so his jump shot is starting to click.
He's the only Zag in double digits every game this season.
Yeah, it's just been consistent throughout. And, you know, he's playing off the ball.
High-low. Ike to shoot free throws. Half knowing that you've got
pick whichever one you prefer, but I think it's more about the bottom. I mean, at the end of the day, nothing really matters. You've got to turn the page, and you have to believe what the early return showed you, which is that you're a really good team. And you had a terrible 10 minutes in Seattle. Don't let that carry over. Back messages
between Dan and I.
Between you and Dan, yes. No problems were solved, yet a lot was said.
But I know you were. You were totally.
I was just like Chachi the whole time. Was reading through them.
How is it that I can say such provocative things and you don't chime? Here's Anton. Hickman into the corner. Nemhard. Mid-range.
That's a nice looking shot. We're kind of tied up. We both elite at the corner, the wide receiver position.
I don't know. I think in fantasy, I'm taking Randy Moss.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Ramike the catch. Anton Watson the finish, and he'll shoot free throws. I'm being fit.
That must be what my 7-year-olds feel like sometimes. And he's not responding to me.
Anton Watson. Good defense there by Huff. Off the drive from Jordan Johnson. Dusty Stromer up off the bench. He'll be checking in. Yo from the corner.
Well, and if he makes those shots, he will play. More.
Danny Washington, this is a 2. Braden Huff the rebound. And now he'll push it. Nembhard driving the baseline, left it for Ike. Good offense, good finish.
Simple play there. Turns down.
And the elbow jump shot is off from Reynolds. Back come the Zags again, pushing. Near side, Nolan Hickman. Trying to go to Huff, but threw it off his left hand. And the behind the back pass from Danny.
In terms, you're not going to be rushed.
Do we call that a heat check?
I just think a guy who's excited, who's playing well and wants to keep making plays.
Nembhard left it for Huff. And the flush.
With Klingon, Newton, Spencer, they just have good players on the floor at all times.
Suk-Yo! Wow, the block at one end took it coast to coast, but missed the finger roll.
Power outage there. Jumped a little too far out to get the dunk done, but how about you? I mean, it's
but that's the energy. We're right,
Jones.
Jones.
I love everything about.
I'm not taking him out of the game. And there's the block and the foul called on June, but he met.
Well, what's your view on the game on Friday night?
Basketball is the strangest game, and you're right. UConn is going to be a physical team. They're going to try to just bring that physicality. You got to match it.
And they're really quick with their decisions. They share it, they'll push it, and they defend. I mean, you have to be strong with the ball. We've seen Huff and Greg tonight have been, just sloppy with the ball. Ball's going through their hands. Some of these turnovers from GU tonight, I mean, those are automatic points on the other end against a team like UConn. It's up with a nice little quick spin to the baseline, gets his left-handed jump hook off. You have to value the ball. And I think at times this team here at Gonzaga, they're just careless with it. They don't appreciate what a turnover can mean. And UConn, better than anybody they've played this year, makes you pay if you turn it over.
Let the Stromer. Dusty. It goes down on Friday night. You just got to make sure that UConn earns it.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure if you lose, make sure they beat you.
Yeah. Here's Stromer on the baseline, bounce. Nice catch by Huff.
Yeah, tough catch.
And Gonzaga now leading at 62-27. And we're waxing on over here in our suits and ties about being tough and looking to punch somebody.
I've seen you wear shorts in like negative 10-degree weather, man. You're as tough as anybody I know. I don't even go outside if it's 5 degrees. Different kind of toughness.
It is a different type of toughness. There's a lack of intellect that's involved in that one. There's a 3 from the top of the arc.
Good ball movement.
Oh, I thought he was going to shoot it again.
I was going to say.
Rajanovic, Dusty, corner 3. Jun-Yo ran it down and then was fouled.
Yeah, well, I think Dusty tried tonight. He 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. Almost got to your 10.
No, actually I said 20, but there's June down the lane. Look at that guy go to the rim. Ben Gregg with a follow. That's what Ben Gregg can do.
Yeah, I love the drive from June. Look, for the most part, he's taking good shots. He may want a couple of those threes back, but I like that drive. And it's not, he missed it. But him attacking the rim opens up the offensive glass.
Joe Few with it. He's got Krajinovic. Luka the catch and the finish. Got it to Ben Gregg. Here's Braden. Huff. Jump hook goes. Braden Huff with 16. Interesting, Braden has not shot a 3 tonight.
Yeah, just putting his work inside. He's got the 3-point shot down, shoots a great percentage. And we've seen what he can do on the low block as well tonight. We just, if Gonzaga gets production from him, in that painted area against some of these better teams, it's going to go a long way in those games. Particularly with some of the foul trouble that EK's had. You know, when you lose EK, you don't have much scoring inside.
Great catch there by Braden.
Yeah, Braden really, you know, as great, as tremendous as Watson's been this year.
Settles in at the line. Won't get the roll.
Jerry Cunningham, Zach Principal Cataldo, complete stud. Under eyes.
You miss those days. There's June. And 2 more free throws coming. Ben Gregg. So you look at those players over there on the bench.
I think, you know, tonight's good. You get on the floor. It's a quick turnaround. So in a lot of ways, you kind of have to. It forces you to start turning the page from what happened on Saturday night. You know, but I think you also want to have the proper perspective, which is it's one game. It's a long year. You weren't going to go undefeated this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would hope so. I would think so. I mean, it's going to be the biggest game, maybe of the, you know, outside of Purdue, Arizona, but probably the biggest game of the weekend. It's going to be an unbelievable environment in Seattle. Effectively a home game, you would think.
Bang! Ben Gregg from downtown.
Yeah, this is why you come to Gonzaga. Am I wrong? It's to play in those games.
That's why I come to watch them.
I get that. I get that.
Hey, Ben Gregg just turned and fired. That's a good sign. 74-35. A nice finish there by Darius Clark. Stosic posting up. Krajinovic, Ben Gregg. Turn down the 3. Here's Joe Few. 12 on the shot clock. Stosic picked it up, finishes with the left hand.
Right place, right time there.
76-37. Look, the Zags have held this team that averages just a tick under 50 points a game. Got a chance to keep them under 40 in this game tonight. Stosic to the corner. Krajinovic bounce. Ben Gregg to finish.
Now buys her own presence.
Oh, and just sends you the bill.
I have failed so many times. I know.
God.
Okay. We just accepted the fact that she's going to return 95% of what I get. So
it's not the thought that counts in your house.
Apparently not.
It's the bling. Oh wow, that's played with the Serbian. And June Yo, earning minutes. Luka Krajinovic. Joe Few the drive. Hangs off the glass and then rim and falls off. Had a good
one. She's just going to not even open the gift and just look at me like, did you keep the receipt? Don't joke on this.
That's just great. What's the worst thing you ever bought her? What would she say?
I bought her
last 10 for 3.
Just, I mean, something she would never wear. She was.
Yeah.
And finally, she's like, "You need to stop. I only need so many, like, comfortable. You know."
Oh, man, it's another you need to stop.
Let's stop talking about it now.
Well, that's too bad Dan wasn't here for this one.
I can't be the only guy out there.
You might be. Big rebound there by Ernest Minton. Another chance. 12 seconds to go. And that's going to do it. 78-40 our final. Zags now 8-2 on the year. And I always ask you this question, Richard, but you know, these are warm-up games, right? When you build a schedule, you throw these in between tough stretches. Did Coach Few and his staff get out of this game what they hoped?